Kim with Fatty Patty Scrappers. I have another book to share with you. And this book will be listed on eBay shortly after this video is posted. Probably later this evening. Okay. So I totally loved this album. I think it's so stinking cute. This chipboard album comes from SaCrafters. And a lot of the embellishments, the wood embellishments that I have inside and chipboard embellishments inside are from SaCrafters. And I will let you know each one of them. And you know, if they came from SaCrafters. So, let me start off with this. How I did the chipboard album, we'll start off with, you know, how I painted it, because it has this like awesome texture on here. I totally love it. I started off with painting it with this Americana Midnight Blue color. And this is just like a gorgeous blue. I don't know if you can really see here, but that is so pretty. I'm sorry. It's like almost black. I can't even describe it, but it's a really good color. Not navy blue, but it's definitely midnight blue. Okay. Then, the next thing I put on top was, I let that dry. And I only did this on the front and back album, mind you. I did paint all the other chipboard pages with the blue color, but these next few steps that I'm going to explain to you, I only did to the front and back. So my next step after the white paint dried, I used my favorite Martha Stewart Crackle specialty finish that I got from Home Depot. This color is Oat. So I took a painting spatula and I just kind of like smoothed it on there and try to give it some texture. I let that dry, and then I came in with my other favorite from Martha Stewart, which is the Lamp Black Texture Metallic Specialty Finish, again, Home Depot. Then I very lightly, I let that dry. Then I very lightly came back with the with this gorgeous, again, Martha Stewart Texture Metallic Specialty Finish Hard Frost. Again, Home Depot. See if you can see that. And I just basically lightly brushed that on, and then I let that dry, and then I was able to start putting my embellishments on the top. Oh, one more thing I want to tell you, but I waited until the end of the album because at the beginning I did not know I wanted to do this, but I did shellac it because I decided that I wanted to make sure that all these little edges that I put on here, which you'll see in the other pages, I wanted to make sure that they were going to stay on there, and sometimes they'll break off and crackle off, so if you shellac it, it will stay put. These little pieces right here, I basically took a little piece of cardboard in the back, and this is some leftovers from some of the stuff that I've gotten from Saw. And so I just basically broke it, cracked it, glued it on here with the glue gun. And then I took this Tim Holtz Distress Tea Dye, and you know, I basically went on top with that. Then I came back on top and I used this Craft Smart black pigment ink, which I really like that too. These right here I got from Home Depot. They're basically just little, I don't know what you call them. Oh my goodness, I'm having a brain fart. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Anyway, they're hinges. And I just basically got, I think it came with a packet of 4. And so I got the tiniest ones. Again, I distressed them with the black lamp black texture metallic by Martha Stewart, and then a little bit with the gray on top of that. This little knob, oh, let me mind you, these are just brads right here, and I covered it up with a piece of paper from my leftover cardstock that I had. This little knob right here is from Tim Holtz Ideology, and they're called hitch fasteners. Totally love it. Just thought it was so cute. So I added that on top of there too. And then I started off with my second page. So again, this is actually all covered in blue on the outsides. I didn't really do the insides in blue because I knew I was going to be covering this with paper. Let me move the album over so we can see better. There we go. Sorry guys, I'm like trying to get this all on the camera. Okay, so anywho, this was just basic. All of these Halloween papers were just a mishmash of papers. I had gone to a store and they had them on clearance, and so I basically just picked out a bunch of different papers and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna use them. Again, like I said, all of these right here are from Casey and Company, and it came in like a little packet. This right here were little round leftover chipboard pieces from another thing that Saw had given me, and what I did is I took some acrylic paint, but it was puffy paint. Acrylic puffy paint, and then I just kind of like squirted on there, and then I went over it with the glossy, you know, the clear glossy stuff. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with my brain today. This pot right here, this is from SaCrafters. This is a little wooden embellishment. I painted it black, and then I went back over on top of it with the textured metallic lamp black again of Martha Stewart's. And then I basically, on all of these pages, so I can get that out of the way, this is all the same lamp black texture metallic stuff from Martha Stewart. All of these on every page, they should pretty much have some sort of textured stuff, but it was all the same one. Okay, and then I took like my glue gun, and I believe Saw did this, or maybe I'm delirious, but I believe on her haunted album, I think she had done like, you know, kind of like just let it drip on there. And so then I came back on top of this with the pearls. I took my embossing thing and kind of like, you know, tapped it lightly, and then I went back on with like a gray pearl metallic stuff. And, you know, just to have my little spider look like he's hanging down from his little web. Then on this, oh, I forgot to mention the most important part, guys. This is like so important. On each of the pages, what I did for the paper was I glued it down instead of using the Scor-Tape or any sort of, you know, red line tape or whatever you want to use. I used the best glue ever by ScraPerfect, and it really lives to its name. This, if you can see this, you can tell I'm almost like out of it. I've used so much of it on every single chipboard album that I have. And I've made, my TP album was made with this. I mean, I just love this stuff. Okay. And I totally forgot to show you this. Okay, like I'm having really bad brain farts today. So this is magnetic, and it opens up and folds out. And this is basically, you know, gray cardstock that I cut in here. I think this is 4x5, but these are a little bit smaller than 4x5, but the actual size of this is 4x5. I want to make sure that they could use that size photo in here if they wanted to. And so I used Country Craft Creations. These are basic gray magnets, and I got this from Tamara, and I love these, okay? She sent me some, and I bought a few more of these. I really like them a lot. These are awesome. And if you want to, according to Tamara's channel, which I did buy some of these little flat washers from Home Depot, but I don't know what I did with them, so I feel really bad. I bought a whole bag of them. I don't know what I did with them. So anywho, you can actually make your magnets extend longer if you want to do that. I did not do that on this particular album. So I have basically a magnet under here, and you can't even tell it's under there, and I have a magnet on here. So it's like, you can't even feel it. It's down here. So I love it. I can't even feel it. So if I can't feel it, you're not gonna feel it. Okay, then let's move along. Again, I glued down the pages with the best glue ever by ScraPerfect, and I promise you, you cannot go wrong with this stuff. I love it. But please use it very sparingly because it really works, and you don't really need to use that much, and it spreads very easily. So I put the paper down. I got some more of the little cards from K&C Company. This right here is like another thing left over from SaCrafters that I use the same tea dye, Tim Holtz Distress ink, and then the black, regular black ink that I had. Of course, you can use Black Soot by Tim Holtz. Boy, I can't go. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this right here is, and my daughter helped me do this, is the chipboard fence from SaCrafters. I wanted to be able to tuck something behind there really easily, and it's bendable. So, and again, with this, I used a glue gun to put this down. But these little pieces, I used my best glue ever to put these down. Or no, I'm sorry, I didn't put these down with that. My bad. I know I did this part though. And this, I basically put 2 brads in here to hold this down. And this holds out. And this right here is actually chalkboard. So I wanted them to be able to write whatever they want to write on here. And then this is just black cardstock. All of this was edged. The edges were inked with Tim Holtz tea dye. And it just slides back on in there. Okay. And we'll move on to the next page. Okay. So, anywho, okay. This is like one of my favorite pages. I totally love this. This right here, again, same thing. I put down all the pages, and I mean, like, look at how well this glue, like, there's no wrinkles or anything on here. It's just awesome. That's what I love about it. And you can move it around too. So it's not like if you put it down, it's completely stuck there forever. Now, if you put the whole thing down and you let it sit there for a minute or two, then yes, it's going to be kind of stuck down there. But if you're just trying to adjust it, you'll be fine. And again, use it sparingly because it will overflow off and then you're just wasting your glue. This right here is tied on here. And this is the best glue ever right underneath here. So I basically put it on the chipboard and I let the glue get, stay there until it was a little bit dry and tacky, and then I put it on here. There is also a magnet behind here, and the only reason why is because I don't have anything holding this up. So in here, again, I used the basic grade magnets, and there's one in this one, and this one. So there's like one in all 3. But basically, I just kind of did like a accordion fold. Love it. This one says Happy Halloween. And then we have a little spider. We have a skeleton. And we have a bat. And on the opposite side, we have 2 cute to spook. Pumpkin. And again, same thing, Happy Halloween. And then easily goes back together. This was another tag. And all I did was I have some purple distress ink. And it wasn't by Tim Holtz. It was like some basic brand. I don't even know. Probably Recollections, or I don't even know if it was that, because Recollections usually puts their name on stuff. So no, it couldn't even been them. I don't know who it was. Anywho, it's kind of like a lighter purple. This right here is from SaCrafters too. This is a wooden embellishment. I painted this with a white paint, came back in and shellacked it. To give it that kind of yellowy tint, or old-fashioned tint in there. This again is a textured metallic paint by Martha Stewart. These little edges right here, what I did, and I did these edges with the textured metallic too. This is just one of the tags from the K&C Company thingamajiggy, and then this is one of SaCrafters. She gives little stickers with her gifts, and they're like all pearls, and so I used one of those to put on there. And I'm trying to think, of course I painted the little beak and the legs yellow. This right here, where I did this little white edging, this was actually a white makeup pencil that I picked up at the Dollar Tree for $1. Okay, like so easy. In fact, you can probably find it cheaper somewhere else. Anywho, then we move on to this page, and yes, Sorry, my son just interrupted me. Okay, if I am already not ADD, I got kids interrupting me when I'm trying to do a video. Okay, so I love this page too. This right here, again, same technique using the best glue ever. I also use the best glue ever because it dries clear on all my little googly eyeballs. I don't know if you can really see that, but they're on there. This right here was Recollections glitter glue. And there is a magnet behind here, but also, and it says Happy Haunted Halloween. And I decided I was going to do the magnet after the fact, so I had to put something here. So anywho, that's on there. This grass right here was glued on with, again, the best glue ever. These little embellishments, also SaCrafters, were glued on by ScraPerfect. Were glued on by the same best glue ever. I, of course, painted these, you know, with green paint. Then I did some like glitter, you know, purple stickles. This one was done with black, lamp black again, texture metallic. She also has, I painted it pink, but Martha Stewart also has a glitter paste, or not glitter paste, but like a glitter, yeah, to me it's like a paste. Okay, so anyway, I used that, the purple color. And then again, the texture metallic for the middle line. And then this is just white. I use a ScraPerfect glue right here to do this little line. And then I just sprinkled some glitter on it and then, you know, dumped it off or whatever. This little grass right here, again, I actually used my tea dye stain and the Craftsmart black color. I wetted this a little bit in the sink, and then I just started stamping on it like crazy and then let it dry. So this right here, I totally think this is so cute. So these I just put eyelet holes in each little page, and then I just used some scrap ribbon here and strings and yarn or whatever to create this. These little dealies are just some bling. Again, SaCrafters Scor-Tape embellishment that I painted. This says creepy. I used the embosser and then I went back on top with perfect pearls like bronze. And then I did shellac on top of this, by the way. So basically you just open it up and it has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you know, they can put down 5, 6 photos, even the back if they want to. Or write notes or both, you know. Now, let me kind of explain something to you, and it's going to be really hard to see, but I took 2 pieces of cardboard and I basically made, I'm sorry, my son is like interrupting me. Go ahead, walk away, sorry. Okay. So anywho, I don't even know if I can kind of like show you here, but no, it's really, yeah, now that I covered it up, I guess I should have, you know, showed you before I covered it up. I just basically took some extra stuff, made like triangles out of it, bent it, and then now I can just tuck it in here. And again, there is a magnet on the back of this paper and in here on this paper to hold it into place in case it still may come out or slip out or whatever, but now it probably won't. Okay, so next page. I love this page, it's so cute. Okay, so this is one of the tags that came from the K&C company. It says, "Weird Little Baddie." This is Recollections. They look like the paper bag tags is what I call them. And then I just glued on a little stamp. Here I use glossy accents for the eyeballs. Here. This one is another SaCrafters wooden embellishment. I totally love this. I'm sorry. Got some like glue stuck on here. Okay. Now these, for sure, this was glued on with the best glue ever. And that's because I couldn't find my glue stick wherever I had put them. So basically, these slide out. This is SaCrafters little wooden Halloween fences that I embossed with a like not a bronze, but a copper, not even copper, I don't know. It was kind of like, antique gold. And then I used my, again, I used my black pigment ink and just kind of went around the edges here. Next page, I have SaCrafters Spider. I'm trying to think, little, well, yeah, move that more into the picture. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I have these ghosts and they come in different sizes. So I have some smalls and some big ones. This says beware. This one says no tricks, just treats. This again is one of SaCrafters little pearl stickers. This is SaCrafters pearl buttons, and actually guys, she's about to start getting rid of all this stuff, so if you want any, you better get them now and order up. Okay, so this is just some extra ribbon that I have, and again, I glued it the same way I did with the first one with the best glue ever, and I put a strip down, I let it get tacky, and then I placed it on there, and then I let it dry. So this is kind of like a 4-fold. This one I did not use any magnets in because I knew I was going to be using the ribbon, so it kind of wasn't necessary at that point. But I mean, you can definitely do that if you want to, and then it just closes up. And again, this is another one of the Casey & Company tags. Like I said, it just came with a bunch of tags. I mean, it was really awesome. Love it. I don't know why I was trying to put a knot in there. That would have been bad. And that's it for that one. And then we move on to the next page, which is spooky. Now, I'm going to tell you what, I originally made 4 pages, so it would have been 8, and I done messed up. I put creepy on there again. I was like, what? Oh my gosh. So, okay, so I had to fix that. This is a brad with eyeballs on it, which is, I mean, a eyeball. I think I got that at the clearance section at Hobby Lobby. They had like a bunch of them in a little kit, in a little box. This spooky right here, I used my embossing pad and then came back on top of it with a gray, blue-gray embossing powder. And it was by Pearl something. Okay. Then I glued on some eyeballs, and by the way, I forgot to mention all these were glued on with a ScraPerfect glue, and 1, they dry fairly quickly, and 2, they dry clear, and 3, I don't have to use that much glue, so I love it. And they don't move around. Once you put it down there and you let it go and you don't touch it again for a few minutes, it's perfect. Totally love it. This right here, I went along the edges with the tea dye. In fact, throughout the whole album is pretty much using the tea dye. My other favorite used to be the walnut stain, which is still my favorite, but I've been trying to use some of my other colors and start putting those into effect here. But here we go, another crow bottle. This again is, I painted it purple, went back on top with a Martha Stewart's purple glossy metallic, not metallic, I'm sorry, glitter paint. Again, same thing I did earlier with the lamp black metallic texture stuff here for this, and then the white makeup pencil going around here. We know this was the lamp black. Painted this, used a ScraPerfect glue, and put a strip there, sprinkled on some glitter, and then I went back over this with glossy accents. This right here is again SaCrafters Halloween Fence. This one I did tea dye and I did the black soot. And on this one I used kind of like a gray pearl accent. So I let all that dry, then I went back on with the pad, and then I just kind of brushed on some of this stuff. And then I went back over all of these, this too, with the shellac. Sorry, even this little guy here. And basically how I got these to lift up, I took some cardboard pieces and just kind of cut them up and like fit them in here. And then I put some grass around here to kind of hide it so you couldn't really see it. And actually I need to do that here too. I don't know why I forgot. Okay, so we just go into this. And basically this one doesn't open like the other one because I didn't use eyelets on it. This one is like, whoop, slide. Slide, slide, slide. Same thing, slide, slide, slide. And then it just tucks right back in there. Thank you, Cheshire Cat, for giving me the idea about using, because this was thicker, and so I was like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna get this to stay in here? So anyway, she helped me out with that. Thank you. Oh, and this is like one of the Recollection spiders. I just happen to like him because he was kind of blingy. I love bling. If you know me, love, love, love bling. Okay. Finally, my last page. Woo! I'll tell you what. My mouth is tired of talking. I'm sure y'all are tired of listening to me talk. Okay. So, totally love this page too. This is one of my favorite scrolly papers. This one is actually Christmas, but because I made this album, you know, with the midnight blue, I thought this would be perfect. Again, I distressed this with the black ink. Came around with a textured metallic and came back around again with a white pencil and then shellacked on top of it. This is actually, I'm trying to think, where am I? Okay, oh, there it is, Mia. Can you hand me that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I glued this on here with the best glue ever, and I left a spot open up at the top, and basically you can just slide a photo in there or take it out, whatever you want to do. This is all glued on here and then shellacked over. I did not shellac on any of these pages. Let me warn you guys that if you are using shellac and you shellac every single page on this stuff right here, they're gonna stick together. So don't do that. Just do it on specific little things that you want the color to pop out, because it will. And it will stick, I'm gonna tell you, and then you'll be like, Kim, I used all this stuff on here and it's all your fault. So now you can't blame me because I warned you. Okay, so here we are, last, and here's the end of the book right here. Again, same thing like I said earlier, painted the midnight blue, used the lamp black, used the oat, then came back, used the midnight blue again. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so I did midnight blue. Came back in with the oat. Came back in with the midnight blue. Then came back in with the textured metallic black. And then finally finalized it with the silver. And then I shellacked it. So there we are with the whole album. And I totally forgot to mention this too. Okay. For these pages on here, I don't know why I forgot to tell you, but all of these pages I used my Scor-Tape. So the chipboard album was glue, but the actual pages, all of those I used 1/4 inch Scor-Tape. Love this stuff. I just wanted to make sure that my my cardstock did not, you know, bend or get manipulated or get too wet. So I did that. You can use the ScraPerfect glue, but again, like I said, use it very sparingly or you're going to have stuff like oozing out if you get too crazy on it. And you really don't need that much. I mean, when I mean sparingly, I mean like so thin you wouldn't believe, but it works really good. And that is the end of my book. Thank you so much for watching. You all have a wonderful day. And I hope y'all have a fabulous Halloween when it gets here. Thanks. Bye.